contributions to the field of contemporary metalsmithing in the Pacific Northwest. The Lifetime Achievement Award Committee, appointed by the Board of Directors, selects the recipients of this prestigious award from nominations submitted by the SMG membership. The Lifetime Achievement Award Committee selects the recipients of this award from nomination. Oh wait, just said that. Sorry. The Lifetime Achievement Award Committee has 3 members appointed by the. Wait, I'm stuck. Currently, John Castor, our Vice President, serves as chair of the committee, with Lynn Hall and Mickey Lippy as members at large. A significant contribution is defined as noteworthy achievements within the field of contemporary metalsmithing, such as writing, teaching, advocacy, leadership, metalsmithing, or related activities which expand the impact of a body of knowledge of the media. So this will be our first presentation of this award. Future nominations for this award, if you look on this table, can be mailed to SMG at 1425 Broadway, number 154, Seattle, Washington, and they're due by July 15th, 2007. And there'll be future announcements about this in the future newsletters. Also, we would like to host a competition to design a display plaque or something similar, it doesn't have to be a plaque, to honor the recipients of the Lifetime Achievement Award and to be on display with the Guild's library. It should have a central theme that is within the spirit of the award, and names should be able to be easily added as new awards are given. And the winning designer will be awarded a stipend of $100 to help with the cost of materials. So if you're interested in that, there is yet another piece of paper on this table regarding it, and you can send your entries to the Seattle Metals Guild Broadway address. So, without further ado, I would like to invite Lynn Hall up to speak about our first recipient of the Lifetime Achievement Award, which is Mary Lee, who unfortunately wasn't able to be with us tonight, but Lynn Hall will be accepting the award on her behalf and giving us a small presentation about Mary and her wonderful work over. Oh, yes. So the award consists of a gold hammer and a beautiful Lifetime Achievement Award plaque that I have to thank Nancy Bonema, who donated her services of helping us design the award and doing a calligraphy printing on it. So I'm going to turn the podium over to Lynn.
Well, first off, I'd like to thank John Castor. I think he was one of the board members that decided that we should make this endeavor and have a distinguished member award. And one thing before I get started talking about Mary is I really want to encourage you guys to participate, because without you guys submitting names and that this whole thing can't happen. So make sure that you keep an eye on the deadline and that you think about it and you submit for next year for us on that. Mary couldn't be here tonight. I think she felt like she wanted to get on the road, travel, visit some old friends, and kind of make the transition into retiring after 26 years at the UW. So I applaud her for that. I'm sorry she's not here. I hear that there's a possibility that we can do this again at the symposium, but I think maybe even at the Christmas party. We should do something for her when she's here. The reason why we chose Mary was because of the impact of the field, as an artist and as an educator and mentor and a role model for women. I also think it's an appropriate time to nominate Mary with her hurried retirement, and I hope that all of you guys feel that same way. I met Mary in 1985 when she went on sabbatical after winning her second National Endowment Award, and I was asked to come and fill in for her that year. And I found her to be extremely supportive towards my teaching allowed me to use her syllabuses, gave me examples, and let me use her extensive library. She was very, very generous and supportive at that time. I was really nervous in meeting her and working with her, but in talking to her, one of the things I've found over the years is I love to ask artists where they got their start. If they could remember one specific thing that sparked them into becoming a jeweler or a potter or whatever. And I remember her asking her that, and she said that she was very fortunate growing up outside of Cleveland to get to go to a summer program for high school students at the Cleveland Art Institute, and that she chose a jewelry program, and that is what made her realize that that's what she wanted to do for her life. And I really enjoyed hearing that from her, because I think every one of us has a moment somewhere that we can kind of pick and remember what really kind of triggered us and sent us on in that direction. So from there, she went to Cranbrook Academy of Arts to do her undergraduate work. Cranbrook now only has a graduate program, so she was one of those people who got to get in early and do undergraduate work there at Cranbrook. And then she went on to Southern Illinois University and studied with Brent Kington and Richard Maudsley, and graduated in 1967 with a Master's of Fine Arts. And like many of us, she got out wanting to teach and kind of did the hop from sabbatical job to sabbatical job. Landed a job in Michigan, and then shortly after that was hired here at the University of Washington in 1980. I left the university here with a BFA in '79, so I didn't have the pleasure of having her as a teacher. So tonight I'm going to ask a few people, after I show slides, that are students, former students of hers, to get up and say a few words. And if there's anyone else that would like to speak, I think it would be a great opportunity. So, in looking over her resume, it's pretty overwhelming and awesome. So I just came up with a few highlights. She's a recipient of 3 NEA grants from 1976, 1984, and 1992. She was elected fellow to the ACC Craft Council in 1996. She was elected Master of Medium at the Renwick in 1999, and awarded the Donald E. Peterson Fellowship of Excellence from the University of Washington in the Arts and Science in 2001. She has work in public collections around the world, places like the Goldsmith Hall in London, the Museum of Art and Design in New York, the Renwick Gallery, the Tacoma Art Museum, and Yale University. She also has her work in many private collections. When it comes to publications, I think all of us as students would open up a jewelry book and see Mary's work in there. So I think you're all kind of aware of that. And recently, in the last 5 years or so, she's dedicated herself to developing a curriculum of a history of jewelry and body adornment class, which she taught. And if there's anyone here that had an opportunity to take that, I'm envious of that. I think that's probably the first history of jewelry class that's being offered on the university level. And then in the last 5 years, she's really tried to develop the technology from the industry that we all are part of here at the University of Washington. And she worked very hard to try to keep the program going. When John Marshall retired in 2002 or so, it really fell on her to not only teach classes, keep the program going, but also do all the political finagling that I think John Marshall was exceptional at. And I think it wore her down. But I think if you see what's going on, and you hear Molly talk tonight about coming here to study with her, she really put her heart and soul into the last 26 years at the university. And I'm kind of honored to speak a little overwhelmed by having to do that. But I think that kind of covers things. I told her the last time I saw her was to go travel, make that transition, and open the door to the idea of retirement. And that I had remembered Ramona Solberg saying, if I had only known that if I had retired earlier, how much fun, how much traveling, how much artwork I would have made, and how much people wanted to buy my work, she would have retired a lot earlier. And so those were the words that I passed on to Mary, and I hope that that's what she's out there doing right now. She left me some slides to go through and show you guys tonight. And they're just a small handful of slides, but I did want to share them with you. So I'm going to turn the lights off, I think. And it was interesting looking at the slides and the way that they're labeled is all of her pieces are either neck pieces or chokers or bracelets, so they don't have fancy names to them. But this neck piece was made in 1968. It's out of fine silver and sterling silver. This is neck piece number 7, fine silver sterling, 24 karat gold, lacquered, and nickel alloy. It was made in 1971. This is neck piece number 13, fine silver, 12 karat gold fill, ruby, and pearls, and it was produced in 1973. Neck piece number 26, sterling silver, 14 karat gold, was produced in 1976 and is in the collection at Yale University. This is choker number 38, fine silver and sterling, 18 and 24 karat gold, lacquer, copper, 1978, and it is at the Renwick at the Smithsonian. This is choker 55, fine silver, produced in 1980, and is in the collection of the American Craft Museum, which is now Arts Design.
Museum of
Art
Art and Design.
Art and Design. This is bracelet 37, 18 and 22 karat gold lapis, and it was produced in 1986. I do have to say the year that she took the sabbatical and I filled in for her, I loved having her show up periodically while she was on leave and show what she was working on, and that was the time where she had the time and the money, and it was the first gold collar that she made. And listening to her talk about how being so nervous about working in gold, and these were all pieces that were, this piece was built during that same time period. This is bracelet number 43, 44, and 45, 18 karat and 22 karat gold, produced in 1989 in the collection of the Boston Museum of Fine Arts. This is choker number 78, 18 and 22 karat gold, and produced in 1991. Choker number 82, 18 karat, 22 karat gold lapis, produced in 1997, and it's in the collection of the Boston Museum. And choker number 83, 18 and 22 karat gold, produced in the year 2000, and it's in the collection of the Tacoma Art Museum. And last, this is bracelet 61, 18 and 22 karat gold, produced in 2001. And that's it in the way of slides that she produced for me. Oop, too bright. Anyway, Gina Pankowski was going to be here tonight and speak. Did she make it? And then also Jenna Brodick. And then after both of them say a few words, if there's anyone else that would like to stand up and say something, that'd be great. And John Castor was kind enough to videotape stuff, which is not something I enjoy doing, but maybe if anybody else feels like they would like to say thanks, Mary, or something, it would be wonderful since she can't be here. Thank you, Gina.